Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you are into DIYs and wood signs, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and comment down below what else you would like to see wood sign wise that I can work on for you guys. So today I am going to be showing you how to make a very easy address sign for the front of your home, or you can even use it for home decor if you choose to. It's really easy. All you're going to need is a slab of wood. I am using a scrap piece from my pile, and then paint sticks. I am using a nail gun, which I mean you don't have to have. You can just hammer in some nails, some stain, and some paint. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. Check her out. This address sign was my first time making it, so if I can do it, y'all can do it too. And she turned out absolutely beautiful, and we are going to jump into how you make this. So sorry this is slow-mo, but it's okay. It gives me a chance to explain. So I measured my piece of wood. This is a 1x8. I measured it to 22 inches. I am using pre-existing address numbers. So all I did was space out my numbers how I wanted to, and then measured across and then added like another inch to that measurement. So if you're not using the address numbers you already have, make sure you buy whatever numbers you're going to use first before making your sign. That way, you know how big they're going to be, how you want to space them, whatever it may be, so that you know how long to cut your piece of wood. And maybe you're not doing vertically, you might go horizontally or whatever. So keep that in mind. And even though you're not going to see this, I still sand it down, creature of habit. You might as well do it right the first time anyways. So I do sand all of this down. This was just a scrap wood that was pretty dented and stuff, so I figured, great. I am using paint sticks. You guys, I wanted to use the big ones, and I highly recommend using the bigger paint sticks. I had gotten mine from Menards, and they literally looked like there was 3 pieces glued together on them. They were horrible. So I had to work with what I had. So I ended up moving over to these smaller paint sticks. And they are super thin, but you know what? They worked. It took a little bit more time, but I figured it out. So this is all just basically putting puzzle pieces together, you guys. I would start out by cutting. So like this one, I'm going to cut the end stick off of it, the like little handle part. And whatever stick I had that was like bigger, I would use that usually at the end or put that in the middle, and then start building around it by cutting out smaller pieces. Or like if there was 2 sticks on the outside, I'd measure what the gap was on the inside of those and then cut that out of a paint stick. I want to keep calling them popsicle sticks. So this process took a little bit, but it was a lot of fun, like piecing them together. What was I going to say? Y'all, is it Monday? No, it's definitely not. We're halfway through the week already. But you're going to do this all the way down. As you can see, like all of my sticks are totally different sizes. I just play around with it and keep on like cutting down, going back and forth. I believe this was 3 packs of the paint sticks. Now right here, my husband was a genius because I was like, man, I got to stain these. How the heck am I supposed to take all these off and remember where they go? So he's like, number the backs of them. That way you'll know where they went. And I was like, babe, gosh, you're not always right, but sometimes you are so right. You know, like when you're on, you just on. So I go ahead and I am staining this ebony. We have like a black iron gate in the front, and like our mailbox is black. So I thought this was perfect. Do all of my paint sticks. I don't do the back because remember the numbers are on the back of those, and you're not going to even see them anyways. So don't worry about that. And make sure you let this dry overnight, 24 hours. You do not want this to have like an oily fill. You want it completely dry. So this is the next day. We are dry, and now I'm just staggering my pieces again. That way I know where to nail them down, because there is a little bit hanging off of this piece of wood. So just playing around with it here. And at first, you guys, I go in with the Gorilla Glue. And I should have known not to do this anyways, because I wanted to get it done today. So I got the Gorilla Glue, put it on. But if you guys watched my farmhouse shelf build, if it's not dry, it moves around. So when I went to go nail it in, of course, the paint stick moved. So a couple things. If you're making this for like a client or something, I highly recommend, I would want to reinforce it. So I would definitely do the wood glue, but I would do all of your wood glue all of your pieces first, let it dry overnight, and then go back and use your nail gun. That way it's just extra reinforcement. But you know what? I went with it, and I end up, as you see, not doing the wood glue on all of the other pieces. And this is where I realized that the nail gun, one, didn't have any nails in it. Two, the one that actually did go through was long and it wasn't the right size. So for this, you guys, I used 15 millimeter nail guns. You guys can also just use nail and a hammer, and that would work perfectly fine too. So make sure too, you're holding your paint sticks kind of in place when you're using your nail gun, or if you're using your nail and your hammer. This, you guys, you can get this, your piece of wood. See, it's like moving. I'm like, there's no nails in there. That's glorious. So, but you guys can get, if you don't have like a bunch of these tools or whatever, you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's. You can, if you know the size, you can have them cut it right there for you. And so this project, I mean, the 3 things of paint sticks were $3. This whole piece of wood for a 1x8 is like $6. So you can make this for under $10, assuming you have the stain. And if you don't have the stain, if you watch my video, I'll link it above. You can make your own stain with just acrylic paint and water. And that's a super inexpensive way, so you don't have to go buy a full can if you're not planning on using it in the future. So thin paint sticks, these cracked a couple of them, but you know what? I swear, I just go with the flow, you guys. I just go with the flow. I'm here to learn, so you guys don't have to make the same mistakes. I do think if I would have used the bigger paint sticks, because they are a little thicker than these, I wouldn't have had that issue. So keep that in mind when you're doing them. It was only a couple of them, so I wasn't too worried. They were stained, and then we're going to treat this wood anyways with some waterproof stuff, so I'm not too worried. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even show it. I did end up dropping pieces, you guys, and the numbers on the back really helped me out. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put over this. Make sure you read the back, because there's a lot of rules and guidelines, like don't put on freshly stained wood, which I did. It's totally fine. It has you like sample your wood first with some water. There's just like a lot of things. So make sure that you read it. So now I'm just cleaning the address numbers that were already being used. And as you see, there's a theme going on with this aqua color. And this, you guys, is Rust-Oleum Satin Aqua. All of the spray cans that I ever use are probably from Rust-Oleum. They work great. They're great coverage. So I painted those, let them dry. I also put a clear Rust-Oleum spray on them as well, just to make sure they last for a little bit. And then you guys, I just eyeballed that. I spray painted my screws so that they matched. And then this is where tragedy struck, right? My husband comes over and goes, "Oh, yeah, I should have told you should go easy on those." Oh, cool. Thank you. But he tries to save the day. He does. But it doesn't work. It is still cracked, but that's okay. Lesson learned. These are plastic. They're not fancy. You guys, these numbers cost a lot. They're like $8 each or something for like nice ones. No, Mama's cheap. So I like how he hands me back over the screw gun because I totally thought he was gonna just do the rest for me, but he didn't. He just watched. I was like, all right, cool, cool, bro. So look, and then he's pointing like, how dare you? Just walk away. Let me do my thing now. So we finished these. Oh, and you guys, I did treat it, like I said, with that spray, and it's like a watery, oily consistency. You just have to let it dry. I just let each side dry thoroughly in the sun, and now look, the sign is completed. It is going to be weather resistant. I live in Kansas, so there's snow, there's storms, there's humidity, and look at how gorgeous. Like that does not look like it was made for under $10. I wish we had like black screws or something, but I think I'll color those in with Sharpie, and gorgeous. And that would even look good like if you did it horizontally. Oh, here's pink. Sad dog. Oh, he's such a sad dog. Oh. Can you tell people hi? Oh. Gosh, Hank. This guy. What are you doing? Let everybody see that wrinkly face. Let everybody see that wrinkly face Mama loves. Ooh. Where's your collar? Where's your collar? Oh, God. No. I can see your wrinkles. What are you doing? Don't eat my... Don't eat my watch. Don't make my sweat. Oh, buddy, you're so big. Look at everybody's face. Oh, stretch it out. Why are you hiding? Look at all that. Look at all that. You're just trying to get me hairy. Then it gets all sweet. What do you want? I just fed you. Trying to get my ears. Oh. Oh, goodness. You're so big. Okay, Mom's done with you.